Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is related to environment in a way. It is all about the rise in the sea levels and an important editorial beyond any doubt. Before we go to the editorial analysis, quick look at the enrichment. You will improve your comprehension skill, vocabulary, a lot of words are there, grammar consolidation, effective English, mini mocks, and vocabulary consolidation. Important words from what you got yesterday. A new slide today. What is this editorial about? This editorial is primarily about the concerning impacts of global warming on the Indian Ocean and its repercussions for India. We got this word the other day. Implications, consequences, repercussions, if you guys remember, an important word. It is all about the impact of global warming on what? On the Indian Ocean and the consequences for India, what India is going to face. What is the tone of the editorial? The tone of the editorial is concerned. Obviously, it is going to make a negative impact based on that concern and urgent. Something has to be done immediately. That is true. Consequences, implications, after effects, all these words. Let us have a look at editorial vocabulary. This we have got for the first time, royal, part of speech verb, meaning to stir up or agitate, usually referring to water or emotions. There are two things the word goes with. One is water, in this context, Indian Ocean, and the other one, emotions, obviously. I hope it is on. Churn, disturb, agitate, stir. All these words are very important, except the second one. Agitate also goes with someone getting agitated and taking out the frustration, a different context altogether. Antonyms, you got the meaning, synonyms, antonyms, calm, settle, soothe, placate. These words are very important. But when you take the word calm, you can also think of placid, serene, tranquil. Even these are important words. Example, the storm's strong winds roiled the ocean, means agitated the ocean, stirred up the ocean, making it unsafe for sailing. Then it is not safe to sail. Munificent, an important word, I think. Even this word we have got for the first time. Today the words are new words, many words are new words, and a part of speech adjective. Extremely generous or giving. Synonyms, generous, you have to recollect the word magnanimous, generous. Magnanimous, an important word, generous. Generous, bountiful, this is another word I wanted to. Lavish has a negative connotation, don't use. Liberal, you can consider. But the words generous, bountiful, magnanimous, and munificent, important words. Antonyms, stingy, miserly, tight fisted. Frugal is a positive word we don't use in this group. Frugal means to spend money carefully. There are two words. One is frugal, the other one thrifty. These two words are positive words. But if you take stingy, miserly, Old English, tight fisted, these are important words. They are opposite of generous, bountiful, magnanimous, and munificent. Example, his munificent donation to the charity greatly aided their cause. A good example. Counterpart, we have got many a time, part of speech noun, meaning a person or thing that corresponds to or has the same function or same position as another in a different place or situation. Synonyms, equivalent, match, peer. Peer is an important word, twin. But when you come across the word peer, you have to recollect one important combination, peer pressure. Usually people pick up bad habits because of peer pressure. Peer means same age group, same level, same status. Antonyms opposite, difference, dissimilarity, contrast. Easy words. The company's CEO met with her counterpart from the rival company, opposite company, to discuss potential collaborations. Usually doesn't happen. Bleach, in the context of the editorial, a different meaning altogether. But everyday English, bleach, part of speech verb, meaning to whiten or lighten in color by removing stains or color. That is a literal meaning. Synonyms: whiten, lighten, decolorize, sanitize. Antonyms: stain, darken, soil, taint. Taint also goes with tainted image. Someone's image takes a beating, then we say tainted. Other words are everyday English words. And in this context, it goes with corals and also coral reefs. This bleaching is different. When corals die, in a way, nemesis also a good word. Coral reefs, context is different. She used bleach to remove the stubborn coffee stain from her shirt. Erratic, we have got many a time, part of speech adjective. Not even or regular in pattern or movement. Usually we think we know erratic behavior means what? Unpredictable. Synonyms: unpredictable, inconsistent, irregular, unstable. All easy words. And antonyms: predictable, regular, stable, constant. And here, look at the combination. This is a combination I usually give. The erratic behavior of the stock market made investors nervous. Nervous, there's another word you have to recollect: jittery. He was jittery, he was nervous. Erratic monsoon, we have got many a time. Good. Drought also, we have got many a time. Part of speech noun, meaning a prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall, leading to shortage of water. No rainfall for a long period. What is the word we use? Drought. And dry spell, very important. Arid, arid zone, an important word. Dearth, shortage, excuse me. Dearth, shortage. This is also an important word, though we have got many a time. There's no dearth of information today. Courtesy, Google. You Google, within no time you get information. Antonyms: flood. Flood, a common word, but deluge, an important word. I hope you guys are focusing on the words with the star mark, whatever I'm making a note, star mark. They're very important from the exam point of view. I expect you guys to spend more time on those words. That is the purpose in doing that. You can't afford to ignore. And here you have to recollect another word, the flood. You have to recollect inundation, deluge, inundation, an important word. Thank you very much for responding, Anusha. Example: the farmers struggled to grow crops during the severe drought. Obviously, good. I appreciate all of you, your response. That's wonderful. Anthropogenic, this word is in the limelight, very important word. You have to know for sure what it means. Part of speech adjective. Anthro. Anthro means related to mankind. Anthropology, anthropogenic, anthropocene, everything that goes with the mankind. Caused or influenced by human activity. Human induced, man made, artificial, caused by humans. We don't use the word artificial here. Anthro means related to man. Based on that, everything that goes with man is involved. Anthropo, remember. Antonyms: natural, non human, unaffected by human activity. This is a better meaning. Example: climate change is primarily driven by anthropogenic factors because it is adjective, factors noun. Anthropogenic reasons, anthropogenic impact, anthropogenic influence, such as carbon emissions. We all know that. Concomitant, we have got for the first time. Today's editorial, some of the words are very important. You may get, chances are very bright to get in the exam because these are not easy to remember and we don't use regularly. meaning naturally accompanying or associated with something. Concomitant means to accompany, naturally accompany, or come with something. Accompanying, concurrent, an important word, attendant related, easy words. Antonyms, not accompanying, means what? Independent, unrelated, detached, separate. Separate, you got to be careful with the spelling. Example, with success comes concomitant responsibilities and challenges. When you become successful, obviously, your responsibilities also add up. They come together with success. An important word. Nudging, we have got a few times, part of speech verb, nudge, giving a small gentle push or encouragement to someone or something. Synonyms, prompting, coaxing, important word, encouraging, urging. Urging goes more with request in a formal way, strong appeal. Antonyms, discouraging, dissuading, we have got many a time, but important word. Hindering, an important word. Deterring, an important word. Deter, discourage or stop someone from doing something. She kept nudging her friend to pursue her dreams despite the setbacks. Setbacks means what? Failures. Despite the setbacks, in spite of the setbacks, she kept nudging her friend to pursue her dreams, encouraged or pushed. Cataclysmic, an important word. Again, today, many words, in my opinion, I personally feel today's editorial, it is definitely extremely useful for two reasons. One, it goes with environment, negative impact of anthropogenic factors, and also vocabulary point of view, very important words are there. Cataclysmic, meaning involving or causing sudden and violent upheaval or disaster. Upheaval, something happens on a large scale. We use the word upheaval on a large scale. And synonyms, catastrophic, we have got many a time. Disastrous, we have got many a time. Devastating, we have got many a time. Apocalyptic is also an important word. Cataclysmic, apocalyptic. You have to remember, no choice as such. Antonyms, minor, large scale, opposite, minor, insignificant, unimportant, benign, an important word you have to remember. The asteroid impact caused a cataclysmic event that changed the course of history. It means a major impact on a large scale, upheaval. Dent goes with everyday English. It also goes with effective English. Mean, part of speech noun, it can also be a verb. As dent, dented, dented, a regular verb. A slight hollow or depression, typically in a surface. Generally, we say on a surface, but here in a surface. Be careful with that phrase. Indentation, dimple. Humans, when some people smile, they have a dent here that we call dimple. Hollow. All these words important, but some of you may know these words. Antonyms, bulge, bump, protrusion, elevation. All these words go with everyday English. If you're not good at conversational English, definitely you got to spend some time to remember. He accidentally dropped the glass, causing a small dent in the tabletop. Small dent, not a major one. Usually, dent goes with what are the combination words? Dent, car, bike, especially car. A lot of dents you come across. That's all about the vocabulary part. Now let us go to someone said, I'm doing fast. Am I doing fast? Are you able to comprehend? Please give the feedback. I think the pace is okay. C also rises. Immediately you have to become alert, and all our students know you have to recollect rise, raise. Rise, arose, risen. Already we have got so many times. Arise, arose, arisen. It is an irregular verb and also intransitive verb. Grammar part is important. Raise, raised, raised. This is a regular verb because it has taken the letter D And also raise your hands, raise the standards. That means a transitive verb. Ah, good. Our regular students, they are used to this pace, I do know. But some students, newcomers, may find it a bit fast. Anyhow, thanks for giving the feedback. And sea also rises. Today, it's a major problem. We talk a lot about the rise in the sea levels, on understanding the Indian Ocean's local impact. Sea also rises. But you have to understand the impact, local impact of that Indian Ocean. And here, sea general statement. Which sea are we talking about? Indian Ocean. Here you have to recollect the Pacific Ocean, the Red Sea. Before oceans, before seas, we should use a definite article, the. Before water bodies, groups of islands, rivers, all these, waterfalls. What is the main idea? This is a stimulus. Sea also rises on understanding the Indian Ocean's local impact. But the main idea, India must collaborate, work with someone together with countries of the Indian Ocean to invest in data gathering on warming. It talks about India should collaborate with, join hands with some other countries, the countries which have Indian Ocean as a coastal line. And why should India collaborate? What is the objective behind? To invest in data gathering. Together they have to gather data related to warming, on warming. That is a point here. India may be roiling in heat waves, getting disturbed or agitated, stirred up by heat waves. Right now, we are all experiencing heat waves. India may be roiling in heat waves, but the possibility of a beneficent monsoon means bountiful monsoon, magnanimous on a large scale monsoon, as envisaged, as visualized by the India Meteorological Department, may be contributing to some psychological relief. Quite natural. When we are experiencing something bad, or we are going through hardships, someone brings good news. How do we feel? Very relaxed. And now, right now, what is going on across the country? A lot of people in a lot of areas have been experiencing heat waves. Against this backdrop, IMD predicts munificent monsoon that comes as a psychological relief, may be contributing to some psychological relief. May, again, you have to recollect immediately the two helping verbs, may, might. Both talk about possibility. But here, more chances, here, less chances. In the long run, I use this quite often. If you read the Hindu paper, it helps in the long run. They give in a few exams also. In the long run, however, there is much to be worried about. There is much to worry, active voice. There is much to be worried about, passive voice. Though this talks about something positive, from here to here, contrasting information with the word however means negative. There's much to be worried about. What are we supposed to worry about? A recent study, based on that, the answer, a recent study led by scientists at the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, Pune, and other international institutions has forecast. You all know why I have brought it in orange color. Words like cast, so many times I have written, but I don't mind writing again. Cast, cost. Based on that, any word that ends with cast, forecast, broadcast, telecast, all those words you have to recollect. Same forms, present, past, and past participle forms. Same forms. Has forecast, present perfect tense. Forecast based on what? Based on expected global carbon emission trends, based on expected, predicted, or expected global carbon emission trends. What is the forecast? The likely impact on the Indian Ocean. It has forecast the likely impact on the Indian Ocean. What is that? They report that the Indian Ocean warmed 1.2 degrees Celsius and will likely heat up 1.7 degrees Celsius to 3.8 degrees Celsius from 2020 to 21,000. While heat waves are a lived experience, right now we are experiencing heat waves, the study warns of marine heat waves that we don't experience because we are on land. Marine heat waves, their counterparts in the sea. On land heat waves. What are the counterparts for heat waves on land? The marine heat waves. They are the counterparts in the sea and linked to the rapid formation of cyclones as likely to increase tenfold. That is very scary. It talks about the forecast likely impact on the Indian Ocean. What is it? They report that increase by this time. And heat waves already we have been experiencing for the last few days, I can say. And the study warns of something else, warns of what? Marine heat waves. And these marine heat waves are the counterparts in the sea. And these marine heat waves are linked to the rapid formation of cyclones as likely to increase tenfold from the current average of 20 days per year to 220 to 250 days per year. This is really disturbing. Now we have cyclones 20 days per year. The report says there's a possibility of this number going up from 20 days to, look at the numbers, 220 to 250 days per year, almost throughout the year. This will push the tropical Indian Ocean into a near permanent heat wave state, obviously. So many days out of 365 days, near permanent, almost permanent heat wave state accelerate. What is the impact? This will push the tropical Indian Ocean into a near permanent heat wave state, and based on that, accelerate, speed up coral bleaching. This is what I was talking about. Coral bleaching will make a tremendous negative impact on marine life because many invertebrates, many fish depend on corals. Corals are like rainforests on land. A rainforest provides shelter and the habitat to so many plants and animals. Equivalent to rainforest on land, in the ocean we have coral reefs. If something happens to coral reefs, thousands of species disappear or become extinct. This talks about that. Accelerate coral bleaching and harm the fisheries sector. Fisheries and invertebrates also get wiped out. The heating of the ocean would not be merely confined to, we have already got this. It would not be merely confined to the surface, but actually increase the heat content of the ocean. Depth also, not only the surface, how deep. The next sentence talks about that. When measured from the surface to 2,000 meters below, the thermal capacity of this ocean is now rising at the rate of 4.5 jettajoules per decade and is predicted to increase at a rate of 16 to 22 zettajoules per decade in the future. From 4.5 to not joules, joules, zettajoules, 16 to 22, substantial increase. And here the editorial tells us what exactly it means joule. Joule is a unit of energy, and one zettajoule is a billion trillion joules, 10 to the power of 21. That is all physics. The consequences of a warming Indian Ocean extend very much into mainland India. What is the impact of this ocean warming up? The consequences or the implications of a warming Indian Ocean extend very much into mainland India, with the frequency of severe cyclones rising from 22 days to 220 days, and the monsoon becoming more erratic and uneven with long spells of drought, followed by intense rain and concomitant flooding, means associated flooding. The sentence talks about the negative impact. What exactly happens 220 to 250 days? What exactly happens if Indian Ocean warms up? The impact is going to be on the mainland. In what form? Severe cyclones rising, the monsoon becoming more erratic, unpredictable, and uneven with long spells of drought, followed by intense rain concomitant flooding, inundation, or deluge. All these are linked to what? These are linked to global warming with anthropogenic sources such as fossil fuel burning playing a major role. What are the reasons behind linked to what? Global warming. And global warming, what are the reasons? Anthropogenic sources such as fossil fuel burning playing a significant role in nudging or pushing the planet closer to cataclysmic tipping points. Here there's one expression, I should have brought it in yellow. Tipping point means a threshold. I will use another word, peak or brink, better words. Brink is a better word. There's a threshold or peak or brink, and beyond that, impact is going to be different. Then we say tipping points. We have got this for the first time. Cataclysmic on a large scale impact, devastating. Current global commitments to stem greenhouse, this is an important word. Stem has two different meanings. Surprisingly, stem can be a noun. Everyone knows stem, plant, tree. But here, stem as a verb, important from the exam point of view because it has two different opposite meanings. One, stem means to develop, positive meaning. Second, to stop the growth of something, negative meaning. Here, negative meaning to stem greenhouse gas emissions. Current global commitments to stop greenhouse gas emissions are unlikely to make a significant dent. Here, dent means impact, a significant dent in the state of the ocean's capacity, as unlike on land. When we try to stem or control also you can say. When we try to control greenhouse gas emissions, it may make an impact on land, but it does not make an impact on sea, oceans, because it's a different thing altogether. Unlikely to make means does not make a significant dent. It may make an impact, but not significant impact. Significant dent in the state of the ocean's capacity, as unlike on land. The seas respond slower to changes in external inputs. This is an external input, and seas respond slowly. The pace is slow. Therefore, a realistic way out is to fine tune, set right, the understanding of the Indian Ocean's local impact. Coming to the main idea, India needs to form a collaborative association with countries bordering the Indian Ocean to invest in data gathering. Currently, this pales in comparison to what is in the Pacific. In the Pacific, perhaps they're doing on a larger scale. Pales in comparison means nowhere near when you compare. An important expression, for instance, and projections to guide the development and protection of infrastructure and people. Why should they gather information or data? Why is it required data generation? To guide the development and protection of infrastructure and people. Yes, that's all about today's editorial. And I'm offering four courses. One is a foundation course bilingual. Second is a foundation course English. Then mains course for bank exams for the first time, one of its kind, a unique course. I'll come up with a video. You'll get all the details. That is bilingual, and this is English medium. Join at 7:30. You can answer the questions, and 7:30.